Hi, so today we're going to be looking at Design Trends 2024. We're going to reset reinventing the past. One of the areas that we really want to look at are our fonts. We're going to look at a piece from Envato and talk about from the movie fonts from Barbie to Oppenheimer. And you're going to really see how amazing some of these fonts are and how to use them. And Envato is a place that I use regularly, so I subscribe to them and I really like their offerings. So here, let's take a look.
90s magazine are making a comeback. Condensed serifs invading posters and billboards, and K-pop influencing everything from A to B. Stay ahead of the typographic curve with your ultimate guide to trending fonts in 2024. Hi, my name is Sora Kyung for Envato Tats Plus, and in this video we will take a look at fonts that are trending right now, what fonts are popular in 2023, and what fonts will be popular in 2024 so you can start using them right now. The fonts we'll be featuring on this video can be found at Envato Elements. I'll tell you more about that and how you can get them later. So let's start with what is happening now. What were the font trends for 2023? This year's trending fonts were characterized by eccentricity and diversity, reflecting an increasingly saturated digital market and the trend-hopping nature of social media culture. It was the year to find your tribe online, be it Barbiecore, cottagecore, or gothcore, with foundries offering a range of bold, beautiful, and sometimes downright weird font styles to match the eclectic mood. Popular fonts in 2023 were also inspired by cinema, since audiences returned to movie theaters post-pandemic. Highly anticipated releases such as Barbie, Asteroid City, and Oppenheimer brought 3D fonts and vintage typefaces to popularity, inspiring designers to bring a similar cinematic style to their typography. Overall, the popular fonts of 2023 were a direct reflection of what was happening in popular culture and social media trends, resulting in a wide range of trending font styles from goofy sans serifs to sci-fi fonts and almost anything and everything in between. Typography trends in 2024 are just as exciting and diverse as in 2023. For classic typography lovers, there is a comeback of traditional typefaces. Baroque-style display fonts, delicate sans serif fonts bring an elegant mood, lightness, and classicism to projects, while the 90s editorial trend reminds us why clean, geometric sans serifs can't be really bettered for simple impact. The popular obsession with all things South Korean inspired the K-fonts trends and Roll the Credits, which offers 2024 font styles for streaming and cinema opening sequences. The impact of cinema on trending fonts is going nowhere for 2024, with eagerly awaited sequels including Dune Part 2, Joker, Folie à Deux, and Gladiator 2, all set to influence typographic trends in the year to come. These typography trends of 2024 are set to make a big impact not only in digital but also in print. So anything that has to do from website design to brand identities to social media posts and packaging. I have already been using many of these fonts from Envato Elements for my own personal projects. The quality of these fonts is amazing. You can impress clients and save so much time with their resourceful library. With one subscription, I have access to unlimited assets that go beyond just fonts like photos, music, sound effects, and graphic templates. You can subscribe with a link in the description. So let's take a deeper dive into these font trends for 2024. Let's start with Delicate Elegance. This delicate font trend for 2024 is sure to bring a touch of luxury and elegance to brand designs and websites. Elegant script fonts have been an ongoing font trend over the past year, but looking ahead, we'll start to see these hand cursive typefaces become even more wispy and ethereal, in line with a delicate mood across branding and online design. Look for thinned out ligatures and barely there calligraphic touches to achieve a sophisticated, vintage-inspired look in your projects. team with high contrast backgrounds or faded photography to maximize the legibility of these dainty hand-drawn fonts. Next up, we have K-fonts. K-culture, including K-pop and K-dramas, have taken the Western world by storm over the past year. Sometimes coined the Korean wave or K-wave, the influence of South Korea on pop culture, design, and fashion is only set to continue into 2024. We can expect to see more brands look into Korean trends to inspire type choices for identities, campaigns, and websites. Certainly not limited to independent brands, mainstream corporates are also beginning to tap into the K-fonts trend. So what is this South Korean typographic style? It is a mix of retro with VR, anime with playful tech, leading to typography styles that balance a 70s vintage aesthetic with a digital polish. LG Electronics unveiled a revised brand identity in 2023 created by Wolf Olins, making a stylistic nod to its Korean heritage, putting a curvy, retro-inspired typeface and emoji elements into action across TV ads and digital campaigns. Next, we have Friendly Experimental. A couple of years back, experimental fonts became universally popular, bringing stylish but illegible text to websites all over the internet. These fonts are just too experimental to work successfully as accessible font choices. So in 2024, designers will increasingly prioritize accessibility on websites and apps. Fonts need to meet high standards of legibility. This new wave of experimental fonts are much easier on the eye, hinting at an experimental edge with quirky ligatures and details. These trending 2024 fonts have a friendlier, softer approach to design, perfect for children's branding, festival flyers, or family-targeted campaigns. With exciting movie releases in 2024, like Dune Part 2, Joker, Folie à Deux, Gladiator 2, and The Lord of the Rings, expected to draw in theatergoers in the months ahead, we're sure to see some diverse creative credits and sophisticated graphic design choices being brought to the fore in movies and TV. Perhaps director Wes Anderson's aesthetic eye has set the trend in motion. Typography has become an integral part of movie and TV entertainment. You can bring a cinematic feel to your designs with these movie fonts and television typefaces that take their inspiration from sci-fi, action thrillers, and edgy dramas. Think bold and condensed with plenty of quirky noir character. Next, New Baroque. Give your projects an extravagant mood with a new Baroque font style for 2024. Chunky, cursive styles that make a nod to the 70s and 80s will bring a decadent feel to branding for lifestyle, retail, and beauty. Pair them with offbeat neon color schemes to offset that vintage style of these 2024 trending fonts. One of the many elegant typography trends for 2024, New Baroque fonts tap into 2024's sophisticated mood, and they translate beautifully to social media campaigns, looking particularly effective teamed with fashion photography. Next, we have condensed serif. In 2023, we saw the condensed serif trend become increasingly popular in websites and magazine designs, as well as luxury brands. But next year, this subtle, stylish 2024 font style will branch out, creating an impact as part of brand identities, print designs, and social media templates. In line with the generally elegant mood of 2024's trending fonts, condensed serif fonts are effortlessly stylish and make a nod to an earlier era of editorial design. Team this grown-up font trend with fashion, food, and lifestyle imagery, or used to bring a stylish point of difference to pull quotes and headlines on zines, magazines, and social media stories. Classical sans serif. If the New Baroque is a little too maximalist for your taste, there is another option, and that would be the new Classical sans serif, a 2024 font style that marries vintage style sophistication with the sleek minimalism of a sans serif typeface. Strip away the ligatures and X's from script fonts or cursive typefaces to reveal an altogether smoother and simpler result. This is a great 2024 font style for projects which require a little flair and elegance while maintaining a contemporary feel. Try a classical sans serif font for character brand identities like the Elegant Identity for Convenient Seafood by agency Super Idea, or use on website landing pages for a luxurious look. And last but not least, we have 90s editorial. Graphic designers love sans serif fonts for their ability to modernize any design and bring in that sleek, modern touch to magazine spreads. The typography trends in 2024 are pointing towards an elegant direction, read serif, but that's not to say there isn't a place for sans serif fonts in 2024. Inspired by the style of 1990s era magazines, the 90s editorial trend is all about high impact yet sleekly minimal sans serif typefaces that look best set in classic black and white and attention-seeking uppercase. Tap into a 90s mood by accompanying your sans serif fonts with naturalistic photography and geometric grid-based layouts with plenty of white space. In 2024, we're seeing a return to classic font styles and simple elegance. As digital designs seek to become increasingly accessible and brands look to replicate the aesthetic of print in online designs, classical sans serif fonts and the new Baroque type trend fit this elegant mood perfectly. The K-fonts trend is poised to bring plenty of typographic character into branding and social media projects, while high-impact fonts inspired by cinema and streaming are set to bring the thrill factor to poster designs and website layouts. The 90s editorial font trend is a sleek antidote to maximalist font styles and will never fail to bring palette-cleansing style to less is more designs. Don't miss the cutting-edge trendy fonts for 2024 that you can find on Envato Elements. Here, discover the latest from talented font designers and creative type foundries. If you like this video and would like to see more, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you aren't already. Don't forget to click the little bell icon to get notified of any new and inspiring videos.
So definitely those of you that are visual communication majors and those of you that are illustration majors are required to take Typography 1. But those of you that are not, typography is really important and it makes your or breaks your design. So those of you that are in interior architecture and design or art education or other areas that want to learn more about how to really make something beautiful, consider taking Typography 1 here at Concordia. All right, let's take a look at minimalism, 1960s to now. So minimalism design emerged in Western art and architecture in the early 1960s as a response to the ornate, decorative styles that prevailed in previous decades, stripping away everything but the absolute essentials. This design philosophy prioritizes simplicity and minimalism in its use of color, typography, and composition, aiming to communicate its message with clarity, efficiency, and aesthetics. And it impacts by simplifying all of its elements to their essential forms. So minimalist designs are deliberately easy on the eyes, which is why this style is so prevalent in web design. These designs often feature neutral or pastel color palettes, lots of negative space, thin lines, and a clear visual hierarchy. Minimalist typography leans towards clean and light sans and sans serif fonts to further emphasize legibility, clarity, and simplicity, very much like the gal from Envato was talking about. So here we can see minimalist designs using, those, we've got some serif fonts here, but see how clean they are. Look at how much space there is around each image. The image is what's really important. We know where to click, but we're not, concerned about, getting overloaded with too much stuff. The Maker Makes designer Mike Culet employs minimalist design in his food blog by stripping away everything but the essentials with a gray color palette, line drawings of produce, and ample use of negative space. The clean and simple design emphasizes and complements all of the fresh, natural appearance of the food. And then there's maximalism, which is another thing that we're seeing. It's less of, less is a bore, right? So like the idea of put more and more and more and more into your design. So more is more. And the mentality emerged as a response to the minimalist aesthetic. Where minimalist designs aim for subtlety and simplicity, maximalist designers strive for attention-grabbing impact, leveraging and contrasting color palettes, exaggerating colors and elements, and unconventional fonts and typefaces. Maximalism is the antithesis of minimalism, allowing for ample creative freedom and opportunities for experimentation. Plus, it's gaining popularity among web designers who want their designs that pack a high intense visual punch. So despite the creative freedom and opportunities that maximalist design provide, their bold use of color and abstract elements might lead to legibility and accessibility issues, as such designers need to be conscious of these potential issues when undertaking maximalist design projects. Graphic design is an art that encompasses a range of techniques and styles. To be successful in this field, you'll need to experiment to discover what makes your work stand out. Because this is a competitive field, exploring a variety of styles is a great way to find a way to carve out a space for yourself. Designers often challenge or revamp old styles, so they go back into history and then they experiment them with new tools and new workflows with or against broader design trends. So it's not like one size fits all. We really are in a time where we can look back at so many different styles and bring any of them forward. Different approaches to typographical design, color, and layout further underscore the versatility and creativity that graphic design offers, making it a dynamic field for those willing to push boundaries and try new things. Defining your identity in such a way and that is diverse and challenging, but exploring foundational graphic design styles, their history and aesthetic characteristics can help you forge out your own distinct creative path. So 10 key design styles to think about would definitely be minimalism. We talked about that a second ago. And then we have maximalism. And let's move on. We're going to look at Art Deco. So originating in 1920s Paris, the Art Deco movement reacted to the soft curves and muted and natural inspired themes of the late Victorian Art Nouveau style of the 1890s. And with its emphasis on bold lines and rich dark colors and detailed decorative elements, Art Deco exudes a sense of luxury, glamour, and opulence. Stage, screen, and theater elements feature heavily in Art Deco designs, and we see, especially like in the 1920s, 1930s, early movies using a lot of Art Deco fonts. Really great stuff. They also use a lot of triangles, starbursts, and chevron patterns, representing stage lights. Typography in this graphic design style combines curves and strong strokes with sharp angles and create a very dynamic visual language. So this is product designer Nick Hershemenka, his online portfolio, and it combines Art Deco and modern elements. Nick includes a line drawing of the Empire State Building, an Art Deco architectural icon, and also applies a color scheme reminiscent of stage lights to add color and drama to his portfolio, still keeping it sleek and contemporary. Geometric. So this is another area that humans gravitate to. Human sensitivity to geometric shapes and their application in art has transcended many cultures throughout human history, so it's only natural that geometric design became and still remains today popular. Originating from the Bauhaus design movement of the post-World War I Germany and the function-led Swiss-style design of the 1950s, geometric design operates on the belief that geometric shapes, angles, and geometric curves convey a sense of order, balance, and harmony in any visual composition. Geometric design embraces bright colors and sans serif typefaces to communicate information clearly and concisely, allowing for creative freedom and artistic expression. So graphic designer Ritesh Raj embraces these principles of geometry, simplicity, and abstraction. He's incorporating triangles, squares, circles, and other shapes into portrayals of animals. His geometric illustrations accentuate the streamlined curves of the animals he draws. The simple color palette also creates a strong visual impact to draw attention to the bold, contrasting colors of the background, animals, and other key visual elements on his page. Next, we're going to take a look at Flat Google 2.0. So this is actually a term that's used for a way to think about logos and fonts and even the way that you lay in photographs and so forth. So flat designs have a two-dimensional appearance, and they avoid any dimension elements that give it a 3D effect, such as drop shadows and beveling. In a user interface UI design, the flat design style became popular in the 2010s, replacing skeuomorphism, which aimed to imitate the real world objects such as buttons or folded pages. And so in those designs in the early, in the mid to late 2010s, what we were seeing are things that tried to replicate nature. So if there was like a polished, metal look or anything shiny, it would really appear to be 3D. It would have shadows around it and so forth. But since its emergence, this flat design style has undergone various transformations and adaptations. Microsoft, Apple, and Instagram have all changed their logos to UI from UI from skeuomorphic to the flat design. Google promoted an intermediate style material design in 2014. Another variation of flat design, neomorphism, is a more recent graphic design trend that attempts to combine both the skeuomorphism and the flat design. So here we see this flat style favors function over form, simple visuals, and usually limited to no color gradients. The modern design style is perfect to fit the logo design, and here we can see the change. So you really see what a difference a day makes, right? So there's our skeuomorphism. Here's our flat design. Retroclonable under construction animation is an example of flat design. The visuals are straightforward, completely two-dimensional, and created in single colors with no gradients. And there we have it. Another area that we are starting to see is a retro look. So retro style design evokes nostalgia by drawing inspiration from earlier eras, drawing on psychedelic styles of the 1960s and 70s and 1980s grunge, or early internet vibes of the 1990s. They're effective at engaging a specific demographic because retro styles tap into the cultural zeitgeist of a particular era. So if you're from a cohort of the 1960s or 1970s, you're going to enjoy that design a little more than someone maybe who wasn't. Or maybe your grandmother was, or your great-grandmother. Anyways, but there's a particular zeitgeist like of this kind of reminiscent of an older cultural design. In the broadest sense, retro style design pays homage to the past while creating something new and relevant for today's audiences. So this is designer Katie Katalbas with a retro, her Clonable Cats with Jobs site. The loadable animation, intentionally pixelated icons and fonts, and lower left menu with its shutdown option most likely stir long dormant memories for anybody who used a computer in the early 1990s. So there you can see all of that. Another area that we see is the corporate, a broad form encompassing brand identity. So corporate design is a broad term encompassing various aspects of a company's visual persona, including branding, web design, social media, and marketing campaigns. Corporate designs are built around the company's brand and aim to communicate professionalism and trustworthiness alongside of their brand identity. The most corporate designs are relatively conservative, and they are risk averse. So in other words, they don't want to do anything too edgy, too out there, as most companies are reluctant to scare away potential customers by using unconventional design elements. Color palettes typically include white, black, and one or two other colors. Businesses want to convey success and professionalism to potential customers, so these designs typically feature clear visual hierarchies, calls to action, and consistency across all visual elements, and present a kind of cohesive, polished image. So here's an example of a global solutions with Graditor. This is a consulting firm, Graditor's website. The designer, Gershon Iglesias, chose a background image of a cityscape consistent with the firm's work in engineering and construction industries. It's a sans serif font, communicates professionalism and competence thanks to its familiar appearance and legibility. Another type of design that we're seeing is called neo-brutalism. Neo-brutalism is a current trend in design graphics that draws inspiration from the 1950s brutalist architecture. Brutalist designs revolted against decorum and detail that architects perceived as tedious and frivolous. And in architecture, brutalism deliberately reveals what's under the hood. So we see like raw concrete or steel, exposed structural elements to create a kind of harsh but honest industrial aesthetic. So there's fonts that kind of have that same feel. The current design trend of neo-brutalism has a similar motivation. In contrast to sleek, simple, minimalistic designs of the present, neo-brutalism embraces honesty and authenticity by stripping away the excess and focusing on the essentials, even deliberately exposing some of the site's structural elements. Neo-brutalism design often features strong color contrasts like pure black and hard drop shadows and visible grid lines. They communicate an approach that values substance over style. So here we can see, this is Phil Bastian's interior architectural firm, Context. Graphic design employs a brutalist monospace font reminiscent of the fonts used in programming back in the day. The honesty of the neo-brutalist aesthetic matches the context's team's self-description. Creativity always trumps vanity around here. And so there you can see it's really simple, like looks like, you know, an old website from the 1990s. Let's take a look at illustration in 2024. And basically with AI now and augmented reality, illustration is a feast for the eyes. I mean, you can do just about anything. And all of the new programs are really pushing that as well. So here we can see some illustration trends.
Hey there, creative minds. Today we are diving into the exciting world of illustration trends for the year 2024. Buckle up because this year's trends are taking us on a wild ride through the fusion of old and new, sustainability, and even a touch of artificial intelligence. Let's jump right in. First up, we have got the seamless fusion of analog and digital techniques. Picture this, traditional hand-drawn elements meeting the magic of digital tools. It's like a marriage of the classics and the future, creating illustrations that are both authentic and cutting edge. Look at how the artist blends the tactile textures of analog sketches with the precision of digital intricacies. It's a visual feast that celebrates the best of both worlds. Next on our list, we have whimsy art illustrations. These are all about defying gravity and challenging the laws of physics. Imagine a city where buildings float in mid-air or bicycle transforming into a giant butterfly. These illustrations spark a sense of wonder and push the boundaries of imagination. Check out the vibrant colors and surreal twist in this artwork. It's like stepping into a dream world where anything is possible. Now let's talk about the integration of augmented reality into illustrations. Artists are using AR to add an extra layer of storytelling. Viewers can use their smartphones to unlock hidden elements or animations within the artwork, creating a dynamic and interactive experience. See how the virtual elements seamlessly blend with the real world. It's like a whole new dimensions of storytelling and artistic expression. The future is here. Minimalism takes a colorful twist in 2024. Artists are infusing minimalist illustrations with unexpected elements like bursts of vibrant colors or surreal twists. It's all about proving that simplicity can coexist with complexity. Look at that deliberate use of bold and vibrant hues. Each stroke is purposeful, creating a visual impact that goes beyond simplicity. Minimalism has never been this dynamic. Let's talk about isoprint illustrations, a technique that combines screen printing and offset printing. It creates a unique and textured look, known for its imperfections that add charm to the final product. See the vibrant and textured prints. The imperfections make it feel organic and handmade. It's a tactile exploration of the intersection between technology and craftsmanship. Get ready for the future with 3D holocraft illustrations. These use holographic materials to create a three-dimensional appearance, challenging the boundaries of visual storytelling. The holographic techniques in this artwork create depth and movement. It's like stepping into a whole new dimension where art and technology converge. Grain textured illustrations are making waves, especially in packaging design. The use of grain textures creates a sense of approachability and timelessness, engaging the consumer's senses. Feel the warmth and character in this artwork. The grainy texture adds a unique dimension, making it not just visually appealing but also a sensory experience. Last but not least, we have a line art illustrations. This timeless style relies on lines to create images, striking a balance between simplicity and visual impact. Clean lines and geometric precision defines this app's UI design. It's modern, minimalist, and highly functional, making it a timeless choice for app designers. And there you have it. Folks, the illustration trends of 2024 are all about diversity, innovation, and a deep appreciation for the past and the future. Which trend you are most excited about? Let's know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more creative content. Until next.
All right. So a lot going on because of AI. But also another thing that we're starting to see is media blending, combining different visual elements into one. Media blending combines multi-layered playful effects for a dynamic design. By blending various forms of visual communication, designers can experiment and play with different aspects of composition, such as visual weight, balance, and leading lines. By blending illustration and photography, for example, allows this designer to draw visual interest without overwhelming the viewer. Combining multiple forms of design media can yield unique, engaging designs with a playful touch that captivates audience. Interactive media design is an offshoot of graphic design enabled by recent advances in technology and tools and turning viewing a design into an experience. Less of a style and more of a medium, interactive media design creates captivating digital engagements by combining visual design, technology, and interactive design, and of course AI. Design elements such as scroll animations, hover effects, and transition effects immerse the viewer and guide them through a digital journey that is intuitive, visually interesting, and immersive. Here we see designer Sergio Martos did just that in his website for Granada-based ceramics, artist Meta Rodriguez and Ceramica Colibria. The site's landing page features a creative scrolling effect that sees the studio name disappear inside the bowl as visitors scroll down the site. The studio's namesake, a hummingbird, also flies into and sits on the final eye. Let's take a look at graphic
These 10 trends
design.
in graphic design will shape 2024 and cause the great reset in the industry. Trend 1, AI assistance. In the fast-evolving world of graphic design, AI has stirred both excitement and skepticism among artists. However, AI's role is undeniable, enhancing our creative processes. It expedites tasks, sparks inspiration, and empowers us to accomplish what once seemed impossible. Take, for instance, Nutella's groundbreaking campaign with 7 million unique package designs, a feat only achievable with the aid of AI. Trend 2, composition-heavy designs. Get ready to bid farewell to empty spaces on the canvas. The trend in 2024 is all about packing your compositions with rich, intricate details, occupying every inch of the canvas. These color-rich, detail-laden graphics engage viewers longer, allowing for more storytelling and increased brand recall. Trend 3, Reeded Glass Effect. The Reeded Glass Effect, a hallmark of the Art Deco style, is making a remarkable resurgence in both interior and graphic design. This effect creates captivating depth and diffuses light in mesmerizing ways, making it perfect for experiments, from text effects to hypnotic animations. Trend 4, Barbie's Pink. The pink wave that swept through 2023, thanks to the Barbie movie and Barbenheimer memes, continues to inspire design in 2024. Pink is evolving, giving rise to the majestic pink-black combination, lending a stylish and elegant touch to designs. Trend 5, Vibrant Colors. The popularity of vibrant colors continues to rise, with 2024 set to amplify this trend even further. These color-rich designs, bursting with contrasting hues, effortlessly capture viewers' attention, making them ideal for social media, posters, and advertisements, enhancing brand visibility and leaving a lasting impact. Trend 6, Dot Display Graphics. Blending retro and modern, dot display graphics bring a fresh tech vibe to design. Dot fonts are gaining popularity, and creative concepts, like the Nothing brand, have gone viral. Clean, stylish, and impactful, dot display graphics are taking center stage. Trend 7, Pixels Rediscovered. The nostalgia for early web design, with its pixelated charm, blends seamlessly with modern styles in 2024. Retro pixel elements unite with high-quality graphics, ushering in a trend that opens the door to endless creative possibilities. Trend 8, Nature Reference Designs. As the world embraces organic and bio-based products, graphic design follows suit. Natural colors, textures, and a genuine organic feel attract attention in 2024, particularly in industries like food, cosmetics, and medicine, where this trend enhances product appeal. Trend 9, Abstract Gradients. Gradients have been a design staple, and in 2024, they take on a more abstract and artistic form. Unconventional color pairings break the rules and declare uniqueness, but striking a balance between aesthetics and audacity is crucial. Trend 10, Grids and Visible Borders. In 2024, design is all about embracing grids and making them an integral part of the visual composition. These visible grids and borders enhance hierarchy, structure, and readability, all while allowing room for creativity, making your design a powerful communication tool. Details about each trend in our blog article, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more.
So let's take a look at interiors in 2024. Put a fork in it trends that have just got to go, right? So here we can see some very interesting.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Sienna, and on this channel we talk all things home decor, home aesthetics, mixing high and low with new and old. And in today's video, we are discussing 2024 home decor interior design trends. So if this is something you are interested in watching, just keep on watching. Trends video is something that I do every single year on my channel, and I absolutely love bringing this to you guys to just discuss what it is that is trending for the new and upcoming year. Now, I've done my fair share of research from very many reputable companies like McGee & Co. and Architectural Digest when it comes to things that we're going to be seeing in 2024. Now, I have just broken it down into my favorites that I want to discuss with you guys, but there are obviously plenty of other ones that we are not going to discuss within today's video. But before we get into it, I do want to just state that trends are trends. These are things that are going to come and go. They are projected to be popular for 2024, but I definitely think, do you. If you love something, then do it, but don't feel like you have to follow the trends. I definitely think being original and being your own person and taking those trends into consideration, but at the end of the day, doing it is what makes you happy in your own home is what truly is important. So I definitely want to state that because obviously, as we are talking about trends, this is not something that you need to rush out and go change within your home. If you are happy, do what makes you happy. But without further ado, you guys, let's get into today's video. So the first trend we're going to discuss is color. Now, there always is companies like Sherwin-Williams and Benjamin Moore that come out with the color of the year. Now, there are three that I want to discuss that is going to be popular this year, starting with brown. Now, we saw brown make a appearance last year, definitely caught some traction, but it is here to stay because brown is definitely melting the hearts of many people. I think we are shifting away from that super contrast like black and white, and we are definitely bringing in more of that neutral color palette like your creams, your browns, your tans and beiges. A lot of people have been loving that trend, so brown is here to stay. Now, another color that is here to stay is green. Now, we saw a huge influx of the color green during COVID 2020 when everybody was stuck in their homes. A lot of people were getting house plants and incorporating that green color in their home because green kind of represents nature. It kind of embodies a very soothing feeling. And so as it was very popular then, it is still going to be popular in 2024, bringing in pops of that green color like your sage, your moss greens, that more earthier tone green is definitely here to stay. Now, the last color that is popular and trending for 2024 is blue, and more particularly robin's egg blue and cobalt blue following very close behind it. Now, I'm personally not a blue fan, but I think it depends on how you incorporate that color. When I think of blue, I definitely think of like the ocean or more of a cottage feel, but I definitely think it depends on how you incorporate it into your home. So the three colors that are gonna be on the uprise, very popular this year, are your browns, your neutrals, bright blue, robin's egg blue, and green. Another trend is texture. Now, we definitely saw a huge boom of lime wash last year, and it is going to continue to stay here because it is definitely a very beautiful texture that it brings to a wall, kind of giving it a more three-dimensional look and bringing a flat surface to have a little bit more movement. Now, more texture to be on the lookout is going to be your ceramics, so through your ceramic tiles, as well as terracotta. Those were two other materials that are going to be something that is going to be very popular for this coming year of 2024. All right, we are moving into our curves, our patterns, and wallpaper ceilings. So as we are talking about curves, this was definitely something that we saw right around 2021. There was a lot more of these kind of rounded like shaped sofas and chairs, definitely kind of embodying more of that like 70s feel, and it's definitely staying with us for this year. I think a lot of people are enjoying mixing up those more modern hard shapes with that softer element like sofas and armchairs. So curves are here to stay. Patterns is still very popular. We saw a lot of this happening between mixing patterns from floral print, checker print. This is definitely something that is booming for this year. Now, the one pattern that is on the outs is checker print. I saw this coming. I definitely think checker print is a very popular and timeless pattern, but we saw a lot of it last year, and I'm definitely guilty of getting sucked into that trend because I truly love checker print, but I did pops of it, and I think that's where some people went a little bit overboard. They got too much of it, and it just became a little bit overwhelming and dated itself very quickly. But another pattern that they are saying that is going to be trending for this year is polka dot. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this, and again, I think it depends on how it is incorporated in our homes, whether it's in a very muted polka dot pattern on like a pillow, maybe a wallpaper. I still have yet to see how this is going to come out for this year, but that was a pattern that they're saying is going to be on the tops of lists for people. Now, another thing that I wanted to state was wallpapered ceilings. They're saying that this is going to be huge for 2024. Again, I'm not quite sure what that looks like, if there is a particular pattern that people are going to be doing on their ceilings. I sure as hell would not want to hang wallpaper on a ceiling, but I definitely think it will be a very cool look depending on the room that you do it in. So patterns are here to stay. We are definitely loving them. I definitely think bits and pieces of this is going to be something that you could definitely incorporate in your home. I think patterns are something we could easily switch out, whether it's a pillow cover, a blanket, some sheets, a quilt. Those are very easy patterns to kind of switch out if you are wanting something fresh without having to break the bank. So definitely curves, patterns, and wallpapered ceilings are going to be on the uprise for 2024. As we are talking about patterns and curves and wallpapered ceilings, another thing that I wanted to bring to your attention that is going to be trending for this year is herringbone. Now, herringbone is such a classic pattern. A lot of people use this for the wood flooring or their tile. We're going to be seeing this pattern just in a little bit of a different way. Instead of having the herringbone at a vertical, we are starting to see it at a diagonal. So they're going to be doing that classic pattern with a little bit of a twist. I've seen this in kitchen backsplashes. I've also seen this in flooring as well. So we're going to be seeing that kind of classic pattern with a little bit of a modern twist. So I wanted to just add that to our topic of curves and patterns and wallpaper. So herringbone with a twist. Expect to see a lot of fluted detailing coming into this year, from bathroom vanities, kitchen islands, and some living room furniture. This was something we saw again last year, but it is definitely gaining traction based on Architectural Digest forecasts. This is a very beautiful design. It's not only visually interesting, but it adds so much texture to a space. And I love the fact that we are seeing this not just in a table or a coffee table. We are now seeing this on cabinetry in kitchens, cabinetry in vanities, in bathrooms. People are definitely getting very creative with this design. I've also seen it where people will use the fluting and reading as a backsplash. So if you have like open shelving, having that reading be the backer of your shelves, and it just adds so much visual interest in my opinion. I love this trend. I'm definitely here for it. So definitely anticipate to see a lot more of this coming into this coming year. Our last and final trend we're going to be discussing is being you, being authentically you when it comes to designing your space. Now, I want to read something that I took directly from Shay McGee when it came to projecting 2024's home decor trends. She said, be authentically you in 2024. Maximalist is where things are heading. Heavy patterning from wallpaper to textile prints or highly saturated colors occupying a smaller space. If you like the look, you can lean into clustering a curated collection of collected, found, repurposed, and antique objects. So I definitely think this is something that we all need to take into consideration when it comes to our homes. Trends are trends for a reason. Obviously, they're there for us as a guideline, but I definitely think at the end of the day, you guys need to do what you love. So gray is a color that is completely out for 2024. I have a gray sofa. I purchased it about 4 years ago when gray was a little bit more on the popular side, and here I am. I'm not going to go out and sell my couch because gray is no longer trendy. Keep true to you. Do what you love, curate your home, design it how you enjoy, because at the end of the day, you guys, you are the one that is paying the mortgage, you're the one paying the rent. Nobody else lives in your space. So if it makes you happy, that is all that matters. So with this last tip that I got from Shay McGee is that we're definitely seeing a lot more of a maximalist look. Not that very minimalist look where it was like one couch, a side table, and a piece of art. People are definitely getting very creative with mixing patterns, bringing in those bold colors to their walls, mixing and matching old with new, and I think it is really a beautiful look in my opinion. I think it's where we can see the creativity, we can see the originality for each individual person. We aren't just going to big box store brands and buying an entire collection and throwing it in our home. People are definitely finding cool pieces other places and not just going to these big box brands. So definitely shop other places, go vintage shopping, go to an antique shop, curate your own home to be 100% authentically you. Are you guys?
All right. So at this point, I guess what I can say is that all these trends are important, but at the same time, you need to be you. Until next time.